Good. All right, I'm gonna bring the meeting to order. I'm Don Berube from 135 River Road. Chris Nicolopoulos, Select Board Rep Alternate.
Barry Mackinnon, Community Development Director.
Jess Duke, 50 Brown Hill Road.
Ben Davis, 9 Wheeler Road.
Casey DeStefano, 4 Hopkins Road.
Levi Berry, 19 Knoll Drive.
Jonathan Petrangelo, 5 Whittier Drive.
Michael Lawton, 3 Asa Drive.
Sandy Crystal, 1 Shoreview Drive.
So you're yourself.
Sorry, Dawn Haringa.
Okay, how many we got here tonight anyways? 9 of us, right?
What's that?
Let's see how many we had.
people? Oh, yeah, we should have
which will-
six regulars, I think, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regulars, so we need one alternate.
We'll put Ben on there, you'll be. All right, first we're getting right into public hearings, application 50425, RSR Family Revocable Trust of 2002, Randall and Christina Rossetti, minor subdivision application to subdivide 6.364 acres of land into 2 residential lots, 2.6277 acres and 3.6987 acres located at 16 Hunter Drive. What do we got talking about? Come on up.
We grab that easily, yeah.
Good evening, board members. My name's Tom Hewitt from S&H Land Services. I'm the land surveyor.
I'm Randall Rossetti, 16 Hunter Drive. I'm the owner.
What the Rossettis are proposing tonight is at 16 Hunter Drive, which is at the end of the road. There's approximately 6.3 acre lot that they're looking to subdivide into 2 single-family lots. This is a unique property in the sense that when this neighborhood was created in 1979, it was originally 2 lots, but it was merged in the 2000s by a predecessor entitled to the Rossettis. Both lots will be served by on-site septic systems and wells. There is currently construction going on, what shows up as Lot 2-A6, where Nick, who is the Rossetti's son, who's here tonight, is currently building his house. The hope would be to get approved for the subdivision so that the Rossettis could move into the lot next door. We did receive some comments from staff, some minor comments. We sent revised plans today. I do have copies of that if you don't have them, if you want to see it.
Everybody knew.
Okay, so we've addressed most of those. We are requesting 2 waivers from section 3.02P access and section 3.02Q for the fire suppression water supply. This is a street that already has more than 12 lots. We feel this is a unique situation because, again, it was originally approved with the neighborhood to be 2 lots and was subsequently merged. The new lot, the new house, would be directly across the street from an existing house. So that's basically our presentation tonight, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay.
Is there any wetland delineation done for the
It was,
property?
Tom Sokolowski walked the property. There's no wetlands on the property. We can provide a letter to the board.
Okay.
Yeah,
Would
for
be
that.
good to get a letter in the
Yep.
record. Thank you.
There's a note on the plan, but,
Oh, okay.
Yep. His stamp isn't on it, so.
yeah, note 11 says there's no wetlands, but.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't. Okay. It probably should say per Tom Sokolowski
Yeah,
We can
and the
get
date.
that.
certification on that.
So how many houses are on the street before this?
I believe there's 17.
17.
Which I was just looking at the Google Maps and really the road it turns off, it's split, so
Yeah,
It
it's
does.
from Risingwood.
From the one road, there's a whole lot more.
Do we have a copy of the subdivision from 1979?
I do. A partial of it.
While he's doing that, I'll make a motion to accept the application number 504-25, the RSR Family Revocable Trust, as complete.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
This is, I basically have the half with our subdivision on it, but I can pass that out there. It shows the original 2 lots.
So is that?
I'm just gonna go the opposite way of the size.
Oh, I see, right, because
Yeah.
this is south. But they lettered it before.
Was there any comments from fire department or? anything?
Yeah, I had a chat with the fire chief because I thought you guys might rely heavily on his recommendation on this one. He didn't feel that there was any reason to not allow it, especially because the driveway is gonna be right across from another driveway already existing. So it's not like he has to go any further to reach someone. And because there's already more than 12, if it was a new street, he said it'd be different, but it's already there. It was originally planned with those 2 lots, not any further, so he didn't feel like it created any additional risk.
Okay. Any other questions from the board if I open to the public?
When was the 12 house max? When was that? This was, I'm assuming after this, obviously, but
It must have been, I think it's been around for a long time though, I think it has been around since, trying to remember from our other research from previous ones, it's been around for quite a while. But we have lots of streets with more than 12, no secondary access.
In this lot, like this, the road that this street is off is a dead end, which is a lot more, so.
I was gonna ask, what is the condition of Lion Hill Road? Is it passable at all?
It's a class 6 road, so
Right.
it's not a town road, and it's in Dunbarton, obviously. But I think it's more recreational vehicles, it's not taking a car down,
Yeah.
and that kind of
There's
thing.
some level of access, not real
Yeah.
access like we're talking about, but
Right.
Four-wheel drive access.
yeah, in a real emergency situation, it would be something.
Yeah, it's hard to know whether where it goes to, and whether you really could get there from someplace else.
was that a class 6 road when this was approved, or was that a?
I would think so.
It's been like that
Yeah.
for a long time.
Any questions?
Yeah.
This is a public hearing, so I'll open this to the public, if anybody has any comments or questions. Not seeing, I'll close the public hearing, I didn't get my little, that's okay.
We had a couple of checklist items that I believe have mostly been addressed, but these new plans just came today, so. It looks like they added the buffer strip along the front. I believe we would wanna see that on the sides
I
as
wasn't sure about that, we can add it, but we can add it, it's within the setback, cause it was class 6, but I can do that.
we'd want to see that along the sides. Let's see, they added in the existing and proposed driveway areas. And
Where is the proposed driveway
if
on?
you look on the other plan,
Look,
Oh.
graphics sheet.
sorry.
That's okay.
I see it.
we also asked them to show the house that's currently under construction, show the footprint of that, so we can see where that falls. And I didn't look yet, but is the date of survey added?
Yeah, it's note 4.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
It looks like the town line is swapped.
Do you wanna explain
Oh,
that?
yes, yes.
So basically, the original surveyor, oh, you're right, you're talking about my
Just-
labeling.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fix that, that's on me. Apologies.
We want the taxes.
I just wondered what happens to the taxes when you do that, right?
well, actually, the notes talk about that Dunbarton would, assign the sliver a number.
Really?
A lot number, yeah.
Maybe, several dollars.
Do you wanna explain that sliver, just so everyone's clear? about
Sure,
what that
so in
means?
the, if you're, I don't know if you've been to the property, but there's a stone wall that runs along Line Hill Road. So the original survey in 79, that surveyor assumed that the stone wall was the town line. But reading the perambulation, and that's how the towns define their town lines, there are actually monuments off-site that define it. So we located the monuments and held it, and so that's where our town line is slightly different. And so we did go in front of Dunbarton in July, because there is a sliver over there, and I think there's a letter in the packet where they didn't have issue with it, but that's why there's a sliver there. The original surveyor thought the town line was the wall, and we disagreed with that.
We didn't really want the property in Dunbarton, we wanted to be in Bow.
I will make a motion that application 504-25 does not have any regional impact.
Second?
In favor?
Aye.
I think we'll go back in Dunbarton.
That's true.
So your acreage calculation, does that include the Dunbarton land? or-
Yeah, if you look in the new lot, 2-A-7, excuse me, you'll see the total, and then I break down what's in Bow and what's in Dunbarton.
There was a typo in the, one of the numbers at one
Yeah,
point,
we
is that
fixed
that's
that,
fixed?
yep, I think Dawn pointed that out to us.
Yeah. What are the two? So the two waivers are related, work about there being more than 12 lots on the road.
Motion, something with the waivers?
That's probably the next step, yeah.
Who's that motion maker?
I'll make a motion that we approve the waiver 3.02P regarding no secondary access, and section 3.02Q regarding fire suppression, water supply, since I guess there's a cistern in the neighborhood. Was that?
It's about the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, there's one up.
There's so, again, it's something that's required when there's more than 12 houses on the
okay.
street. So
All right.
it's related to the secondary access.
It's okay,
Tied
related
together.
to secondary access.
But there is one down on Rising Wood,
Yes.
at the end of Rising Wood.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
So as far as potential conditions go, I would just leave the address missing checklist items just to make sure we got all of those captured. I think we're pretty good.
State
Just-
sub, we would append.
Yeah. And then receipt of state permits would be a separate condition. The professional stamps and signatures on the final plan, waivers and conditions on the final plan. And then the certification of the wetland scientist. Would you do that as a letter or a stamp on the plan?
Whatever you prefer. Usually, the stamp on the plan has a note as to how he delineated the wetlands, but since he didn't delineate any wetlands, we can get him to stamp a letter if that works, or if you prefer it on the plan.
Yeah, I mean, that's
That's-
fine, as
yeah.
long as there's some documentation that a wetland
Yep.
scientist made that
And
determination.
I can put more in the note as to who delineated it and when they or when they walked the property and do that.
That'd be great. Any other potential conditions from the board?
I think one clarification, on the buffer on the side, you're talking just along Line Hill Road? Or are you talking,
Actually, usually both lots, right?
It's usually, hold on.
I just wanna make sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good clarification. Let me just,
Oh, for the 50-foot, or you talking about the 15?
It would be along Lion Hill, and I also believe it would be along the back edge of that property, but not in between.
let me just pull it up.
Typical buffers are laid out for lots. Did it show, I didn't recall in that original, that you had a copy of that you passed around?
There's
There
no
wasn't
buffer
anything?
now, not in
Yeah, at that
70.
time, there
Yeah.
wasn't any.
So 3.02C. 2C, okay, so along all existing or new streets, zone boundaries, and abutting established neighborhoods.
That's pretty much all around the property.
Yeah, so it would be,
So, yeah, along the new streets, zone, so we don't have any zone boundaries, I would say. Abutting established neighborhoods is, I guess, up to interpretation.
We're good with you, I just wanna make sure we show it right on the plan.
And it's the width of the setback.
Right.
So it just means leave
Right.
the trees in the setback as opposed to not just putting
Yep.
structures there. So it doesn't have a huge impact on the property.
So we would interpret the side setbacks of the overall parcel in the back, but not in between the two lots that.
Correct. Yeah.
They're going. Okay,
correct.
Does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
basically as it exists today.
Yeah, so around the whole outside. So there's the only state approvals is the state subdivision, and then septic approval for the new lot, is that not coming yet, or,
I don't even know if
Wait.
you can don't even have a house design, I don't think.
okay, so
Yeah,
that'll
no,
come later.
for the new lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have no house design. We weren't sure how this was gonna go, so.
Getting a lot before you start that.
Yeah, that'll come later.
Makes sense.
Alright, I'll make a motion to, if everyone, is everyone all set? I'll make a motion to conditionally approve application 504-25 with the conditions that they address the missing checklist items. We have receipt of all state permits, we have professional stamps and signatures, as well as owner signatures that need to be on the final plan. All waivers that were granted and conditions of approval need to be on the final plan, and a letter delineating that there are no wetlands on the property.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
Thank you.
And findings of fact. I think for this one, they met our current requirements, other than the secondary access, and the lot had been previously subdivided, or
And our fire,
it had been two previous lots initially.
and the fire chief had no safety
Yes,
concerns.
yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, both.
Motion for that?
Yeah, do it, yes, yes, that's my motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, good
All
luck.
right, thank you, everybody.
All right. Move right along. Application number 213-25, BCG by the Bay LLC, Brown Engineering LLC. Site plan application to construction of a 9,600 square foot building to include an office, warehouse, and shop in an 864 square foot mining and storage building for MSK Maintenance Services located at 17 Dunkley Road.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Carrie, good to see you. My name is Darius Hassan of Brown Engineering. I'm here with Jeremy Fisher, my colleague, and we're representing Brian Godzik. As the chairman mentioned, this is a, get my materials here. This is a 17 Dunkley Road, 2.6 acres site in the general industrial district. It's overlain by the Aquifer Protection District. It's also subject to certain standards in the Business Development District Ordinance. The site is surrounded by a variety of commercial, industrial uses, including truck and auto sales and service, warehousing, storage, and manufacturing. Brian would like to relocate within Bow. He currently is at a 1.8 acre site that some of you may be familiar with. It's a contractor yard for a landscape maintenance business. They provide facilities maintenance and general contractor services for retail stores and commercial properties. The primary use of this site is office and dispatch of maintenance crews. There's not going to be customers coming and going and the likes. There's one unique feature I'd like to point out, and please stop me if at any point if I've gone too long, is a brining building on site. And what that does is, we've talked to Brian a little bit about this. It's, I think you may be familiar, by using brine, the company's able to significantly reduce the amount of sodium chloride it puts down in the environment. Brian was saying, I think, what used to take 10 tons to treat in traditional methods takes about 1.5 tons. Is that right? Yeah. Using brining, so it's a way of enhancing safety and providing a significant environmental benefit. So this brining facility, I can't explain all the details of its operation, but Brian taught us a little bit about the fact that it's fully contained. It has 2-foot concrete walls on each side. And he explained a lot of detail, and I said, I asked the question, can any salt go out? Will salt ever sort of travel outside of that building? And the answer is no, it's all contained. There's no floor drain that causes any groundwater infiltration or anything like that. So I just wanted to point out that kind of unique feature of the site. And then I guess, again, stop us at any point, but otherwise I'll turn it over to Jeremy to talk about some of the technical aspects of the site.
Good evening, all. My name is Jeremy. I was one of the engineers on the project. So I'll kind of reiterate the totality of the project. We took 2.61 acres and we're turning 38% of it into impervious, being a gravel parking lot, and the 2 buildings, brining building and the main warehouse itself. For parking, we well exceed the requirements. We require 19 based on 1 per 1,000 square feet plus company vehicles. So we require a total of 19, and we're proposing 27 to kind of overkill that. He talked about the brining station. We have proposed trees to screen the building from the street for a more aesthetic feel, so it can, maintain the aesthetic nature of Bow. We have a lighting plan put together showing that with the candle feed as required by the town, that it will not impact the neighbors. We also did a stormwater management plan containing 3 ponds, one of which is a 4-bay to settle out all the solids, followed by infiltration into the type A soils in the area. So we're filtering the water twofold using that method. We designed the ponds to meet the regulated 10, 25, and 50-year 24-hour storm events.
One other thing I didn't mention, Jeremy talked a little bit about landscaping. We did submit a waiver letter containing 3 waiver requests. Carrie helped us get those right. They're all pertaining to the business development district standards, and I think there's two different sections of the ordinance they pertain to, but they're all landscaping related. Just wanted to add that in.
Appreciate that. As for certifications, we have a PE stamp on the plans. They are wetland stamped. There is no wetlands on site, and we have a surveyor stamp as well. Oh, and the septic, did I say that?
I'm not sure.
No, we
but
get state approval from the
yeah.
for septic. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us. We'll answer to the best of our ability or get you the answers at a time if we don't know them here.
Pretty straightforward. Anybody on the board have questions about this?
Well, I guess just one of the questions I had is, I think the operational description that was provided was not really very clear. Because I think that brining operation, where it takes place, where does the salt get delivered that's used in it? I mean, a whole lot of that especially that pertains to the aquifer protection, would be helpful to have.
So, just so I understand, the brining part is basically they use salt to make a brine?
Yes.
So it's less that, obviously they're bringing out to, instead of putting down straight salt, they're putting down this brine to their customers.
That's what
I take it, right?
DOT's doing on the
Yeah.
highways.
Yeah, just like you see some ahead of storms, ideally.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's more of a pre-treat.
Right, yeah, and then melts as it hits.
Yeah.
Safe, yeah.
So are they authorized, certified as part of the New Hampshire Green Snowplow program? Is this part of that?
I think that's certainly one of the elements, of their training. Are you familiar with?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that program has had made tremendous strides into reducing the amount of just oversalting. And I think it's a kind of a program that could be recognized across the nation as appropriate use of salt and kind of liability management, so, thanks.
So that's part of this is you have customers that are this
Snow Pro. Is it Green Snow Pro, right?
Yes.
Green Snow Pro, yes.
Which is, teaching people to expertly apply salt so that you're not over applying. In the older days, it was just turn it up because more salt meant less ice. And there's a line where it's an appropriate amount of salt for the road and the speed and the people. And then it provides some liability protection for those applicants who comply with and follow the
contractors, yeah.
certification. And so it's something that I think we should encourage as a community and as a state and as kind of users of our aquifers.
So you are a certified provider for that?
We are a certified provider and the trucks are computer controlled. So as the trucks go slower, it puts down less materials. The trucks go faster, it puts down more material. It logs everything up into the web, back to the office. The office can lock out the operator from changing the controls.
I'll make a motion to accept application number 213-25 as complete.
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
I would like to say that we need to do a site walk. It would be good to see the site before we, consider approval.
Let's go. You ready?
Got my headlamp.
Yeah, we should do a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Next meeting's on the
December 18th, right? Are we not meeting?
No, we pushed that one back because of conflict, right? Or no?
It's December 18th is the next meeting.
Are we
Yeah,
meeting
there's-
twice in December or no?
We'll talk about that after, I'm hoping not to.
December 4th is not.
We'll talk about it at the end, I'm hoping not to.
Sorry. Jumping ahead.
Just for the record, when she schedules this for the 18th, you're not meeting on the 4th.
Got it.
Is there tremendous time sensitivity to this project that?
I direct that question.
I was hoping to put concrete in the ground by Christmas.
So yes.
18th is before Christmas, so.
I only have
I'm not sure
2,000
we're
yards
gonna
of
look
fill
at
to
that.
move.
Well,
It's sand.
I thought it was a
Well,
sand, I thought it was an old sand. pit.
I think we should see the site. I think it's important to see the site ahead of time.
The other consideration is whether third-party engineering review should be required for the stormwater and drainage. Kristen Hayden couldn't make it tonight, but she did send me an email that she felt it would warranted to do a third-party review. She wanted me to share that with you.
Can we get that started in parallel to scheduling the site walk?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Cause I would try to reduce the amount of time that they're waiting.
Mhm.
That's gonna take several weeks with the holidays.
Yeah.
So what day are we shooting
Can we
for?
do the 6th rather than the 13th?
What was that?
Say what?
The
For the
6th?
site walk,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
I'll do the 6th.
Depends on the time, yeah.
Yeah. 6 works for
Does
me.
that work?
What time works for you, Don?
I mean, this is down the street from me, so I work till noon, but I can leave work to come down if morning before
Wanna
noon's
shoot
better.
for 10:30?
Sure. That's fine.
10:30 on the 6th?
Does that work for you?
I am not here, but my son will, knows the project inside and out. He will be there with everybody to,
Okay.
December 6th, I'm sorry?
Yes.
Yeah.
10:30 a.m.
No rave at night. Party.
So back to the site and your project, do you do regular salting also or sanding that you keep salty, or is everything just a brine?
we don't do any sand or salt mix at all anymore, and straight salt, if we have to, it's picked up at Dirt Doctors on 106.
So no
Yeah.
storage, it's
No
just a
storage.
brine?
For brining, it comes in, it's right off the truck into a bucket, into the machine, and gone.
Nice.
Where does the transfer of the brine happen? Is that on the ground, or like, is there opportunity for spilling when it gets transferred from?
It's all via hoses. You know, so there could be a gallon or two of spillage of what's in a hose, but typically not. What remains in the hose because of suction.
Yeah, I think that's some of the operational aspect and location on the plan that would be helpful to have.
Yeah, the machine and everything will be in the building.
Mm-hmm.
That's all paved over to the proposed brining and storage area, correct? Like I'm seeing,
Yes,
it's like there's parking spots, there's like two next to the brine storage, and then there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 4 on that side.
All the area in front of the brining building is in fact paved.
Okay.
The shading
which
doesn't
sheet
show
are you
well on
looking
our
at?
printed copies,
It's the sheet that Carrie's got up, but it's this one here.
Oh, okay, the shade.
The shade is paved. Or gravel, so the gravel here, and the paved area is all here.
What's gravel?
The square box,
Oh, okay.
that square box that's
Oh,
marked
okay, I
up.
see. Oh, yeah, it says proposed gravel storage
And to
area.
be clear, it's storage of what? It's not storage of gravel, it's a gravel surface for storage of equipment and vehicles?
Yeah.
I saw gravel storage, I'm like, are we storing gravel or are we?
Like it's gravelled, yeah, storage area.
So I think that's a
Like
fenced
what you
in.
have stored out in front of the building now. Cause you're on Robinson Road now, right?
Yes.
Do we wanna vote on the third-party review?
Yeah, do you wanna, we haven't done a public hearing yet either, have we?
No.
No, we haven't. Let me do that, actually. So this is a public hearing. Anybody from the public came to, any comments or questions or? Just had nothing better to do tonight, Rick. Let's see, any, I'll close the public hearing.
I also don't think we made a motion for regional impact yet, do we? I'll make a motion that this does not have regional impact.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I can make a motion for the site walk for December 6th at 10:30, and I'll also make a motion to do the third-party review for the water
For
Drainage and stormwater.
drainage, yes, drainage and
Possible to
stormwater.
do 10 AM instead of 10:30. Just,
Good by me.
Fine by me.
That's fine.
just the one guy for me.
Yes.
10 AM on the 6th, so that is my motion.
Okay, I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any other questions about this before we continue?
Mr. Chairman, I have a question, sorry.
Okay.
Would it make sense to address the waivers tonight, or?
I think we should at least start,
Yep.
you don't necessarily have to vote on them, but I think you should at least discuss them and let them know where you're leaning
Yeah,
on them.
thank you, yeah,
So that
thank
they
you very
can
much.
respond if necessary. And then we'll look through everything, I think, so that we don't wanna have to continue another meeting. We wanna make sure that they know exactly what their marching orders are for December.
Thank you.
So he's looking for the waiver on the building facade, that's section 15.10, is that correct?
I think that's an old, there's one waiver request dated November 20th, and that's the one you wanna look at. We went through a few versions before we landed on this version, so. The November 20th one is the one that includes the three.
So 1509,
So looking at the landscaping plan, it's better if we start with what they did provide. So they have 5 trees across the front on either side of the driveway. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the extent of the landscaping, right?
5 bushes.
Well, grass.
Grass, okay.
Yeah, even the ponds will be grassed at some point.
Are these in the site plan
And did
regulation?
you identify what trees you're proposing?
Well, if you wanna scroll up, it should be.
So,
It says on the, it just says coniferous evergreen
There we go.
on the trees,
which one? We have
and also
mountain laurel,
evergreen bush, that's all it says, Sandy, on there.
laurel, white pine, and wicker rhododendron.
That's what they were proposing?
I'm not sure that necessarily, I don't think do we have rhododendrons proposed, or
Yeah, I
just the
It
trees?
just looked like the trees. So those were probably just white pines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Those are just this, oh wait, no, there are more right in between
There should
them.
be a couple right
Oh,
in front of the
okay.
big ones.
okay.
I'm gonna zoom in. There they are. These little guys are the rhododendrons in between.
so
Oh, there we go.
the quantities don't line up right
No?
in the table.
Oh, there's one RM, KL, 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 RM.
Okay.
So there's 2 RMs.
3 mountain laurel, 2 rhododendron, and 5 white pines.
That sounds, is that what's in the chart?
The chart's not right, the chart shows 663.
Make a correction.
Unless, are there elsewhere? I didn't see the other rhododendrons. We'll check that, let's put it that way. We'll make sure our planting list lines up with what's actually shown.
I don't see anything else. So as far as what our regulations require for landscaping, the areas where I felt were deficient and required waivers were 15.09D, which is the street side structures landscape strip, so that would be along the perimeter of the building itself. So yeah, that would be a strip basically right along the front of the building, visible from the public right away. So I would say just the front would be what that would require. 15.09F is the side and rear landscape strips, which would go along basically the side property lines. And then the parking landscape strip would go probably like here, It's basically to soften the area of a parking lot, so from the road, there's not a lot of like straight into parking lot you see, so here or along the driveways probably would be where those would go. So those are the three that they've requested waivers from.
Which, do you have your snow storage on one of these somewhere?
Yeah, it is.
That's on the
It's on
regular
the
site plan.
Site plan? Yeah, the areas may add up, but I was wondering I don't usually see, or we don't usually see a big rectangle, because they usually kind of line edges with it, because it's easier to put things there.
Are you talking about
The one right next to the entrance.
right here?
So, I mean, I make a couple additional comments here. It'd probably be better because of the aesthetics with what Carrie was just talking about on the landscape in the parking area. You got the dumpsters
Yeah.
right there. I would suggest you put it in maybe the opposite corner.
Can do.
Yeah, cause even with screening, it's still a dumpster with a fence around it.
So that would be one.
Right at the far
that-
end, yeah, I see
That would be
that.
one suggestion.
1,000 dumpsters around the corner from there.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
Without a fence around them.
Without a fence around.
Brand new though, nice dumpsters.
They're freshly painted.
And then, I mean, the issue I see with like that landscaping on that front edge is it's gonna impact the snow storage area.
Right,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
like, I would say I'm okay with not requiring that landscaping on that front edge.
Can we ask the owner, because you're an expert in snow removal? The areas that are marked on the plan, is that what an engineer drew on the plan, or is that practical and where you would actually put the snow?
That's practical and where it's actually gonna go.
Okay.
And we do stack all our snow because when I get frustrated, I go out and play with a loader.
How dare you suggest that there would be a difference between what the engineer would propose and what's practical?
She did it artfully, I'll be honest with you.
We have a snow removal expert right here, so. So yeah, any other thoughts about the landscaping? Are you comfortable with the waivers? You don't have to
Yeah.
necessarily vote on them today, but give them some direction.
Could you add a shrub or something to that edge that Carrie was pointing out on that driveway? Like, I think if you did that, I think,
Just show us to make sure we're on the same page.
Is it
yeah,
Right there.
Talking about.
where,
by the
yeah,
entrance?
yeah.
There's also a maintenance sign, you know, that
Sign.
maybe you
Oh.
could put some vegetation.
Flowers around it,
Yeah.
maybe some
Maybe
flowers.
we don't have to change the numbers on our chart, we just,
Yeah, just find 6 more.
yeah.
I think if you do that, then that should be,
To dress up the entrance a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Happy to.
Makes sense. Just looking to see if there's anything else we should bring up.
I just have I have a general question for the owner. Are you planning, is it just gonna be gated, that back lot, or are you gating the whole thing like you currently do off of Robinson?
There will be some type of gate at the front entrance. I don't know what that will consist of at this point yet, but there will be some type of gate to at least allow a vehicle off the road, but then there will be a gate to keep people out of there.
Yeah.
There's just too much equipment in there.
Yeah.
This is minor, but the sign height still exceeds our maximum sign height. We have it marked as 10 feet and our max sign height is 8.
You can bring the ground up 2 feet. And be for that.
That's probably just an error on their part. It's going to be the exact same monument sign that's on Robinson, just moving over to Dunkley. And I think that height is 5 feet.
Perfect. I think you said no more than 10, but, so,
He meant no more than 8.
He meant no more than 5.
and then, let me just see if there's anything else we should discuss. As far as the Aquifer Protection District, the use doesn't require a conditional use permit or anything like that. They are still required to meet the performance standards of the Aquifer District. They did provide some information about that, it's somewhat limited, but basically, I was a little confused because it listed some substances, ammonia, sodium hypochlorite, a bunch of things, and then it says none of these items will be used or stored on site during regular operations, so I wasn't sure what that meant.
Pretty sure I found those chemicals listed either on BOE regulations or on the state. And I wanted to clarify all those things that are regulated or dangerous. What's happening here?
Okay, when you listed them, it made me think that those were the things that you had, so.
There's no
That's a
cookies
list
in
of
my
things you
file.
don't have.
There's no depleted uranium also.
Okay, so that's helpful. So there will not be any regulated substances on the site. The only one we run into question about, I don't see it exactly here, is our ordinance says things in 5 gallons or more, and oftentimes people write we won't store anything in anything over 5 gallons, but ours says 5 gallons or more, so I know 5 gallon is a common container size use, so I don't know if there are any 5 gallon containers of substances used. Might be the person to ask.
Containers come back in 5 gallon size, but it's what's left. So it could be 2 gallons left in a 5 gallon pail, or 3 gallons left in a 5 gallon pail.
What type of substances would that be?
Typically latex paint. Maybe soap.
So I don't believe those would be in our list of regulated substances probably. Anything else? Do you guys wanna look at what the building is gonna look like?
Sure.
A little picture here, I think was- So they, oops, sorry. Make it a little bigger. Sorry. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, Roger
What are you
stared off
staring
in
at?
he can't wait till this thing ends. He's staring at the clock the whole time.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's mostly metal with stone at the bottom.
As far as I'm aware,
Yes.
Yes.
So that meets our requirement that it not be 100% metal on the front face, so that helps break it up. I would say that those are subtle neutral colors.
Yep.
Looks good. There's windows.
It'll fit well in the neighborhood.
Alright. Anything else to be discussed so that they're ready for next time?
No, I think it's pretty good. Anybody else have questions?
Let me make a motion to continue. I'll make a motion to continue application
213-25.
213-25 through the December 18th.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Well, we'll see you on
Alright.
the 6th and then the
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just a quick master plan steering committee, update is the survey is still out there and live, and we're just working on getting it into as many
How's
people's
the-
hands as possible. Earlier this week, I heard just over 300 responses, so hopefully it can get some more. It just got published in the Bow Times this week.
Yep.
Right.
So hopefully that'll give it a little bump, and then we posted it on the town Facebook again this week too, so if anyone wants to share that or like it.
I don't know if Melanie's getting into the school.
She came and picked up a packet of stuff from us to distribute, so,
Okay.
um,
I know the elementary school sends out
yeah.
a letter on Fridays to everyone.
And I did see it in the high school one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. And it went out in the recreation, email blast too, so. good. Hopefully reaching as many people as possible. If anyone has any other ideas of places you haven't seen it, where it should be, let me know. I have some flyers, I have postcards, I have paper
I'll get
copies.
some more postcards from you.
I have paper copies of the survey if there's people who don't wanna do it electronically. Anyone wants to walk around and hand them out, and the 55 and older communities, you're welcome to, whatever it takes. We've got stuff at the
I
library.
still have a few of them left that I'll leave at the turkey trot next week, so.
Oh, good.
Cool. So anyway, we can get those out. When's the next meeting?
I can look.
December.
It was the 9th,
Ninth.
which is,
Yes.
yeah, the select board
select
meeting, and I
meeting.
have to be there,
I
so
know.
it's like, I knew that was gonna happen.
I might have to too now. So that's that, and then as far as our next meeting, we have one scheduled for the December 4th. I don't know if we need it. We seem to be in a pretty good place with zoning amendments. After our last meeting, they seemed like they were ready to go. Sandy and I need to get together and work on some wetlands things. So I don't know if we wanna just schedule a first public hearing. If we wanna just add that to the meeting on the 18th, and we can have a second public hearing if we need it, if we make changes, but.
What else is on the schedule right now for the
Eversource.
18th?
So we have an Eversource conditional use permit, and we'll have this one to finish up,
Yep.
and then we have a very minor modification that,
Okay.
it was a building you already approved, it's just gonna be a little smaller.
I was gonna
So
remind that.
that should be easy, but.
No, you have to make it bigger.
So it's not a loaded meeting.
So do we wanna put that on the docket?
Schedule the first public hearing.
I think that'd be a good idea, and then we have plenty of time to schedule a second one if we need it still, and again, it gets it out of the way
Okay.
before we get to crunch time.
'Cause was
Then
it
we
the
get
Jan-
holidays and.
Was it the January one that got changed? That must have been when I was getting confused.
Yes,
Yes,
we
January, we
changed
did.
the January
Yeah,
meetings,
we
yeah.
pushed it.
Yeah.
So we can use that meeting in January for a second public hearing if we need it.
Yeah.
But then, if not snowstorms and
Yeah, no, I like
whatever
it.
else comes
Yeah.
up between now and town meeting, it's good to get it out of the way.
It works.
So we will not meet on the 4th. We'll send a reminder and cancel that, and we'll put all that on the 18th. Sounds good.
That's good.
All right, I think all that's left are minutes.
Yeah, I'm looking at them on my phone because they weren't, I don't think they were printed.
Yeah, they weren't in the
Oh, did it
packet.
not get
They
printed?
weren't in your packet?
No,
Uh-oh.
If you wanna wait, we can
Yeah,
do
so
that in
Yeah,
December, so
that'd be
everyone
good.
have them in front of them. We'll make sure those get printed for next time. As well,
Next time.
we'll do them next time.
I don't have anything else.
Now we're looking for one more motion then.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right.